Entering a conflict with transparent intentions is the fastest way to lose it. In the 6th century BCE, Sun Tzu codified a blunt warning: all warfare is based on deception. These records warn that relying on massive numbers and direct brute force confrontation is a strategic failure. Pushing a large army into head-to-head combat exhausts the state's resources and leaves its borders vulnerable. Sun Tzu argued that the highest achievement of a commander isn't a bloody victory on the field. He called it supreme excellence, the ability to break an enemy's resistance without ever engaging them in physical combat. True power is the systematic management of an opponent's perception. You win by forcing them to react to a reality that doesn't actually exist. General Peng Huan embodied the conventional military ideal. He led a vast, heavily armored infantry that moved with absolute confidence in its numerical superiority. His rival, Sun Bin, sat in the shadows with a fraction of those forces. Sun Bin's army was physically outmatched and isolated, incapable of surviving a standard head-to-head encounter. Because the math of the battlefield guaranteed his destruction, Sun Bin was forced to operate in a strategic vacuum. Survival meant he had to fabricate an illusion, a story so convincing that his enemy would stop fighting a war and start chasing a ghost. When the physical odds are against you, the only way to win is to force the enemy to play by rules they don't know you've already written. Sun Tzu instructed that you must seem weak when you are strong. You provide a bait that confirms exactly what the opponent already suspects. Sun Bin began a seemingly panicked retreat. He used the most visible evidence available to an army, their campfires, to tell a lie. Notice the mathematical progression. He lit fires for 100,000 soldiers on night 1, 50,000 on night 2, and 30,000 by night 3. Confirming his bias, Peng Huan concluded they were deserting and accelerated his pursuit. A lethal trap mirrors the exact victory the target expects to win. It is invisible because it looks like an opportunity. Master strategists bring the enemy to the field of battle. They are never brought there themselves. You must dictate the geography. Believing he was chasing a broken army, Peng Huan left his slow-moving heavy infantry behind. He rushed forward with only light cavalry, trading his security for speed to claim a slaughter that wasn't there. He funneled his cavalry into the mauling canyon. This narrow, high-walled pass was a natural kill box, chosen specifically to neutralize the mobility of his riders and leave them nowhere to turn. In the middle of the dark pass, Peng Huan found a tree with bark stripped away. To read the cryptic message carved into the wood, he struck a flint and held up a torch. That single flare of light was the signal. 10,000 hidden crossbowmen had been waiting on the high ground with their sights leveled at that specific spot. Peng Huan wasn't defeated by superior strength. He was killed by his own assumptions, physically walking into a trap he helped to build. The geography of the canyon has evolved into the digital architecture of modern financial data. The mechanics of human arrogance haven't changed. Institutional investors use Sun Bin's strategy of appearing weak through quiet accumulation, the process of buying an asset in small, controlled batches to avoid triggering a price increase. Look at the disconnect between these two datasets. While the visible price line shows a downward trend that triggers panic in retail sellers, the underlying volume bar shows a steady, massive accumulation of the asset. When the public sells based on the visible decline, they are reacting to the fire Sun Bin wants them to see. The largest moves are often finished before the general population even realizes the trend has reversed. In business, dictating the terrain means controlling the narrative. Successful corporations rarely announce their true capabilities until the environment is already in their favor. They hide their R&D and supply chain expansion until their infrastructure is so deeply embedded it becomes unassailable. By the time a competitor notices the move, the canyon walls are already closed. This is the ultimate lesson of the art of war. The outcome of any conflict is decided in the minds of the participants, long before the first physical engagement. Master the illusion, dictate the environment, and only strike when the opponent is reacting to a version of reality that you created for them.
Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to NovaMind for more inspiring thoughts and ideas.